Nikita Mazepin hits out at Haas and sends message to his replacement. Nikita Mazepin has insisted that he was not given enough support by Haas in a scathing press conference after he was dropped by the American-owned team earlier this month. The 23-year-old, who hails from Moscow, drove for Haas in 2021 but was quickly relieved of his duties in advance of the new campaign in the wake of Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Haas responded to the news of Russia's military incursion by making the decision to terminate their lucrative sponsorship agreement with Russian potash firm Uralkali, which was largely responsible for Mazepin's place on the grid. The company is part-owned by Mazepin's father, Dmitry, who funded his son's F1 seat and was reportedly called into a Kremlin meeting with Vladimir Putin to discuss financial sanctions against Russia last month. The team's decision to end their partnership with Uralkali also saw Mazepin dropped as a result of the withdrawal of the funding required to maintain his position in F1. He went on to criticize Haas in a press conference on Wednesday morning by accusing them of failing to support him and keeping him out of the loop with regards to whether or not he would be allowed to compete. There is no legal reason to terminate the contract. I was relieved to see that the FIA allowed us to start in neutral colors. I was hoping to drive. But, everything changed and I lost the dream I had been working for 18 years. I heard about my kick from Haas, like everyone else, from the press. I didn't deserve it. I was very disappointed with how it was played. I hadn't been worried since I left Barcelona, after last month's 3-day test. Mazepin also insisted that he will have no grievances with the driver that is eventually selected by Haas to fill the vacancy left by his departure over the coming days. I wish all the best to the drivers who will replace me. They have nothing to do with the existing situation, he added. He then refused to dismiss the idea of a potential return to F1 if the opportunity presents itself in the not-too-distant future. F1 is not a closed chapter for me. I will be ready to race in case there is an opportunity to return, said the Russian. Meanwhile, it remains to be seen which direction Haas will go in as they look to replace Mazepin with a new face ahead of the upcoming F1 season. Reserve driver Pietro Fittipaldi has often been put forward as the most likely candidate for the role, but the team have already underlined their desire to appoint a driver with no shortage of previous experience in the sport. The likes of Nico Hülkenberg and Antonio Giovinazzi have been linked with the vacant Haas seat in recent days, while a return to the fold for Kevin Magnussen could also be on the cards. The latter drove for Haas between 2017 and 2020 and is said to be among a handful of names under consideration for the position behind closed doors, according to Extrabladet.